Okay, what's up, guys? We'll wait for everybody to join in, and we'll get started. This one's a little bit later than normal. I just got home, so that's why this one is a little later. But we'll see who joins on. We'll kick it off. What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good Friday, good week. We'll wait for a few people to join here, and then we'll get started. What up, what up? Terrell, Andy says, hey, what's up, Terrell? Lalo, what's up? Lalo, did you get your intake yet? Lalo's the one that won the intake for the Hemi. ProCharge Mopar, what's up? LeBron Graves, yo, what's up, LeBron? VG, what's up? What's up, man? Gregory, good evening. What made you want the Viper car and truck? I guess first things first, yeah, the car I've always wanted since I was a kid. I always had like model toy cars and all that stuff. So yeah, I always wanted one, and then when I was old enough and had the means and money to buy one, I bought it. But we actually we owned the Viper truck before the Viper car, because back then the Viper truck was a lot cheaper and affordable. So we picked up the 2005 Ram SRT10 commemorative back in 2005. So we got it right in 2005, and we've owned it since. But yeah, we were never able to afford the Viper car. So next best thing was the Viper truck, and that's what led to that. And then the Viper car came after. Ray says, it's freaking Friday. I know, right? I know. I just got back from a long drive. I just finished driving 2 hours each way, so 4 hours total. I got the body parts for the Ram, so finally got that stuff, you guys. So we'll talk more about that, but I picked it all up. She looks good, and I still gotta put on like the grill and assemble my grill, but I just threw the hood on and I threw the bumper on just so I could get it home without it, getting scratched in the back of the truck. But finally, the Ram is gonna look pretty legit, so I can't wait to show you guys that. So I'm filming it too, so I'll show you guys that video as well. Ivan, hello, what's up, Ivan? H. Garcia, what's up from Laredo, Texas? What's up, man? Jose, what's going on? What's up, Jose? Zachary, Boosted, I just want to say thanks for your videos. I'm going through a tough time, and watching your videos helps out a lot. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, I think everybody's having having a little bit of a rough year too. So if I can bring a little bit of fun and excitement to your day, that's all I really ask for out of these videos. So appreciate the comment, man. Hope you your situation gets better, whatever that might be. Hopefully it turns around here shortly. But yeah, don't feel alone in that, man. I mean, we all went through the craziest year last year too. So everyone's got their struggles too. I mean, even me, I'm not perfect. So Ivan from Houston, Texas, not a bad spot. ProCharge Mopar, Laredo. I'm in Granbury. Oh man, everybody's in Texas. I think I'm in the wrong state. Lalo says, nah, man, I haven't gotten it yet. I'm impatiently waiting for it. I can't wait to use it. Yeah, so Lalo won the intake, if you guys don't know. So I shipped it off. He should have it any day. I'd be surprised if he didn't have it by tomorrow. You should get it. Osmar, for the right price, would you sell the Hellcoda? Honestly, it would have to be a stupid price. Like, somebody was asking me that too, like, how much would you sell if somebody offered you a price, how much would you sell the Hellcoda for? But it would have to be like a dumb amount of money for me to get rid of it, because I have so many hours in that thing. We're still not done, obviously, and just for me, and having that truck, and it's kind of like a lot of our channel leans on having that truck. So if I were to get it, that would mean I'd have to replace it with some sort of project, and I don't know what the next step up from doing something like that is. I mean, I'm sure you can always top it, but from, you know, from a standpoint of using it for the channel, whether it's, you know, just people coming to the channel to see the project, to see the truck, or us going to some of these races and events and stuff, like we need that truck on the channel to make content. So if somebody was to buy it, like honestly, realistically, you guys can laugh or whatever, but I would not sell that truck for under 100 grand. Sounds like a lot, but that's kind of what it is to me. Like, I don't know what we would get that's, you know, if somebody came to me right now and offered me 60 grand for the truck, I would turn it down. If they offered me anything under 100, I would turn it down. Because the amount of hours that are going into it, like I said, it might sound cocky for me to say, but that's just my personal opinion. It's my truck. I built it. So, you know, I'm putting my price on it. Like, I wouldn't sell it for anything under 100 because the amount of, like I said, publicity and, you know, use and content that we can make with that truck, it's worth way more than $60,000 or $80,000 to me. So, like I said, I wouldn't take anything under 100,000 for that truck at the moment. Maybe if, you know, 3 years from now, there's, you know, hundreds of Hellcat swap Dakotas, but done to that extent, I mean, it's one of a kind. So really, I can put whatever price I want on it. But I would much rather keep it and make all the content that we're going to make with it than just sell it and then us have to figure out, you know, what we're going to make videos on. So, yeah, because I think we've had that internal discussion with me and some of my buddies before, and I wouldn't sell it for anything less than that. So I'd much rather keep it and make content, you know, with you guys on it. And then Freddie, thanks for sure. Thank you. Lala says in my Instagram story, the police busting the taco stands. I know, I just got back and the city was busting the taco stands. So, city's hungry for money, I guess, lately. Christopher, what's up? Chris, thanks for being a member too. Aaron, do you like Lil Peep? If so, have you seen the document on him on Netflix? No, but isn't that the guy that just got like the $24 million piece of jewelry in his forehead? But I haven't seen it or heard it. I might have to check it out. Esteban, hey from McAllen, Texas. Man, everybody's from Texas. Only thing, I was looking a little bit more into Texas too. The only thing that's a little bit unfortunate is the fact that I didn't know in Texas you have to go for an annual safety inspection, or I think they call it that, or an annual inspection, which seems like a pain in the ass, honestly. So I'm just thinking from my situation, like the cars I have here, you know, that are registered or whatever, like you have to go for smog every 2 years on them, right? Which it is what it is, but that has to happen. And other than that, you just pay, you know, every year. Mind you, you pay a lot annually for your registration, but that's pretty much it. Like once it's on the road, it's on the road. But in Texas, in the whole state, I didn't know that you have to sit there and go to an inspection with every single car. So that means every year I have to take 4 or 5 cars to go get an inspection at, I don't know if it's the same time or all at once, but that just sounds like a pain in the ass. So that's one negative on Texas so far. And you have to, if you live anywhere in like around Dallas or anywhere around Houston or anywhere around Austin, like if you live near any main city, unless you live out in the boonies, you have to get a smog every 2 years. So it just becomes, I didn't think Texas had all that, but I'm learning more as I go. And then not only that, but as opposed to Florida, no annual inspection and no smog anywhere in the whole state. And I think it's only $75 a year to register your vehicle. So I don't know. That's one up point for Florida, you guys. I don't know. Lewis, love the content. Been following since the 2,000 subs. Damn, thanks for the support, man. You've been around for a while, so thank you, sir. Todd, can't wait for the next video. Thanks, man. Just put out a video today, so if you guys haven't seen that one, check that one out. We got the Ram sitting as good as we possibly could without the front end, and then I got the call today that my parts were ready for the front end. So I went and picked up my hood, my bumper, and my grill, and everything is looking cherry. So yeah, I'm gonna finish assembling it tomorrow. Like I said, I just brought the parts home, but yeah, I'll be making a video on that. But yeah, the Ram is gonna look real good here in the next day. And then also going to be working on the Hellcoda. I'm just, I kind of been just doing a few different things. I had to work on the house a little bit one day, so I burned a day there. And then, like you guys saw, I was getting some stuff straightened out with the Ram. And then I'm trying to hopefully tomorrow get the V-bands welded onto the headers, so the long tube headers. So if I can get the V-band weld on, then I can put the headers on and I can drop the cab down, and I shouldn't technically have to lift the body off of the truck or take the engine out at this point. So that's what I'm trying to do. And then from there, if the body goes down, we can start fitting our radiator and start fitting all our hoses and getting all our electrical run. So things are going to start turning up here in the next few weeks. So I'm excited. Todd, I answered Todd's. Zachary, are you going to make more SRT10 Viper truck content? Yeah, I will. So I am going to be making that content, but right now it's so hectic between me trying to get the RAM sorted out, like the 4th gen, and get that thing situated, sorted, so that I have a good, reliable daily and it looks decent. But I do have Gibson headers for the SRT10 RAM, which I haven't put on, so we'll be making more content with that. That thing that's not going anywhere, so we're never going to get rid of that truck. I think that truck's probably going to be here to stay for a long time, so there will be content with it. It's just right now, between me trying to get ready to move and finish the Dakota and make sure that my truck is ready for as a daily. I'm just really busy at the moment. But give me 1 second. Somebody just became a member. Let me check on it. Osmar Soto, welcome to Team Boosted. Awesome. So just send me an email and I'll send you your care package too. So we got a bunch of stickers that goes along with the membership. So thanks for becoming a member, and make sure you send me that email. Zachary, would you ever do a Rumblebee build or a Daytona build if you got rid of the Hellcoda? Like I said, I think I probably covered that in the first question, but not gonna get rid of the Hellcoda anytime soon. Like I said, unless somebody comes and offers me some stupid amount of money after we've had a bunch of fun with it, then I don't plan on getting rid of that thing. So I do really like the Rumblebees. I've always liked those trucks ever since they came out. I was I think I was like maybe 17 or 18 when those Rumblebees came out. I was like all in love with those trucks. But it's a good looking truck for sure. But honestly, if this channel really kicks off, I think we'll probably end up, before I did like a Rumblebee, I don't know, that's hard to say. I probably would end up getting a 4th gen single cab and making it fast is probably what I would do before I built a Rumblebee. But who knows? You never know. Todd's in Indiana. Everybody's from everywhere. Chad, happy Friday. What kind of lift do you have in the garage, and any recommendations for shopping for one? General residential use for a half-ton truck? Thanks, bro. As far as the brand, I don't really know. Honestly, to be completely honest with you, I bought that lift online, and I don't know what brand it is. I figured I'm not going to be putting anything too crazy on it. Everything that we have is, for the most part, pretty light. So, yeah, like I said, I just bought it online. I think what's going to happen is once we relocate, though, I'm going to end up selling this lift locally, and then hopefully get like a name brand lift for the next time. So I wasn't sure how much we were actually going to be using the lift, but it seems like we use it quite a bit. So I want to get like a more legit one, but yeah, mine's not anything special, honestly. I mean, it obviously does what we need to do, but it's not like a bend pack or some crazy expensive one. H. Garcia, he's from Granbury. Not bad. Michoacano. Hopefully I said that right. Hello from Sacramento. Your work on the Ram got me excited to work on my O2. Nice. That's cool, man. I'm excited that you're watching the videos and liking it, and getting motivated to do your truck as well. Pro charged. Keeping it boosted. Nice. Gregory, what's the gas mileage on the SRT10 Ram? It's not too bad, honestly. I don't really know because I don't drive it like that. But usually if I'm going to take out the SRT10, it's to have fun with it. But I think we were averaging, on that road trip, I think it was like maybe 16 or 17 miles per gallon, fully loaded, as far as like Me, my mom was in the truck. I had the full back of the bed completely stuffed full of all my stuff and tools, so there's a lot of weight back there. So I think we were averaging about 16 or 17 miles per gallon, I want to say. Roger says, yeah, buddy, Texas, I know, right? Soon. Thanks again to Osmar for becoming a member. Aaron, Lil Peep passed away. His music is the bomb. At my shop, my boss, who's 48, plays this stuff a lot. I'll have to check it out then. ProCharge Mopar, only in big counties. Outside the 7 or so, it's only lights, $7. But when you say that, like, when you say it's lights, like, don't they, like, check the whole vehicle, or do they just make sure the lights work? And I don't know, like, I'd have to take a look, because I was kind of, like, where I want to be, honestly, is about, like, 45 minutes outside of some sort of city center. Because I think it's good to be somewhat close to the city, so that if there's an event going on, or you want to go out for dinner one day, or just, you know, anything like that, you're, you know, somewhat close to the city so that you can go and get things done. But at the same time, I don't want to be too far out. Because that's kind of the situation I'm in right now. I'm like really far from, well, not really far. I'm like at least an hour from most major cities. So it's just a little bit more driving. So I kind of want to be a little bit closer. But because anytime I try to go to a meet from here, it's like an hour to an hour and a half for me to get to it. So I would just like it to be a little bit closer to some of that stuff. That's all. ProCharge Mopar says tags are like $70 a year. That's not bad, but I'm just worried about like living in a county where you have to deal with the smog stuff every year. If I'm gonna go through all this trouble to relocate, I want to make sure that I'm not having to deal with that headache all the time. Osmar, hey, I just joined the $4.99 membership. Awesome, thank you, sir. Thanks for the support. And like I said, send me that email. I'll send you off some stickers. Jose, Florida has no inspections, bro. That's what I'm saying. No inspections, no smog. So you can pretty much just send it over there. Oh, you should weld a custom small plaque in the Hellcoda saying something like one of one Hellcoda made by Boosted Motorsports or something. That would be kind of cool too. Yeah, I mean, once we get it running and everything, we'll work on the small details too. How do I get the stickers? Just email me or DM me, however you want. Jose, I used to pay $60 when I was in Florida. That's not bad either. Not bad. Somebody else just became a member. Let's see. Michiando. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. You just joined Team Boosted. All right, thank you. Thanks for, like I said, thanks for joining. And make sure you send me that email so you get the care package too. Edwin, yes sir, and I'm from Florida. Love the stuff coming out of this channel. Hellcoda gonna look mad dope. Yeah. What area of Florida are you from? I'm trying to debate like what the good spot to be in Florida for the car scene would be. I feel like it's gonna be like Tampa area, like where where Cletus McFarlane and the Freedom Factory like all is. I think it's probably gonna be around there. But I'm also thinking like Orlando, because then Daytona's not that far, and then Tampa's the other way. Like you're kind of in the middle of everything. But I don't know. We'll see. H. Garcia, $750 for an inspection in Texas for a year. If you move, do you plan on getting a bigger garage? Yeah. Well, I guess that would be nice. Definitely has to be at least a 3-car. I'd like to get a 3-car garage and then a shop, or at least, have a 2-car garage and a shop. Some of the places I was looking at in Texas, they have like a whole big like actual shop on it, which would be real nice. And then they have the attached garage to the house. Like that would be ideal. Christopher says, how's the progress on the side driveway for trailer storage and stuff? I didn't really have enough funding to like pave it or do concrete or something like that. So I just put down just some stone, so it's not dirt. I don't know if you guys saw before, it was all dirt. So we put down some stone and stuff, but Christopher, we're probably gonna end up relocating, looks like. So like I mentioned a few times, just gonna wrap up the Hellcoda project, or at least get it running. Then once I do that, I'm gonna try to get serious about relocating. Rob Roy, installing my 11.6 touchscreen in my Dakota right now. Nice. That'll be pretty sweet. Just paid 104 for tags for 2 years. Man, that's friggin' legit in Florida. So that's like what, $52 a year for tags. No Sleep says hello from North Dakota. Love the builds. Thanks, I appreciate it. Got a lot more on the way too. It's getting crazy over here. Trenton, when is the next Hellcoda interior video? I don't know if it'll be an interior video. The next one's probably going to be me getting a few more things situated. Probably going to be the headers or long tube headers, putting those on, putting the body back down. Also have to install the rad, so getting all those mounts and stuff situated. And then it's going to get pretty serious as far as like running all the wires and the hoses and all that stuff. So that's probably going to be coming up here pretty soon. So I'm going to work on it this weekend, so you guys might see that video Sunday or Monday. Trenton, oh, the videos, I just answered. Trenton, Texas Toolman, nice man, nice miner, 100 in a year in Dallas. I mean, that's not bad, but it's just more the headache of having to do the annual inspection. Sounds like a nightmare, but who do I know? Do I send my address in the email? Yep, because I got to mail you stickers, so I need your address. Christopher, 56 bucks, 2-year tags, Missouri. Holy, that's it. We're going to Missouri, boys. Bo Hunter, hello from Alberta. What's up, Bo? I got code U1010 for my TCM. Any advice? Everything is fine. I'm not sure off the top of my head what that one is, but sometimes you can just clear some of the TCM codes, and they just kind of throw codes here and there. But depending on what that one is, I would look into it a little bit further. And yeah, definitely want to check it out before you go romping on it again. It'd be awesome if you do a Ram 5th gen build for racing, but sadly Ram doesn't build any single cabs. Yeah, I know. There's no 5th gen single cab. Will you do a 2500 5th gen Ram build with the 6.4 Hemi, because you can get a single cab in the 2500? Probably not. Honestly, I think we're gonna have like quite a few fast single cabs. We're gonna have the Dakota. We'll have the SRT10. If this channel explodes like crazy, I'll probably end up getting a 4th gen single cab and go fast with it, or make it fast. Or I do want to probably get like a diesel truck at some point. But yeah, that's kind of future plans for sure. We got so much going on right now that I don't even see that happening. I can't see that happening within the next few months, but yeah, we'll do one thing at a time. We'll see where we end up. Demantis, I think I said that right. Demantis, John, how are you liking those motor mounts on the Viper so far? They're awesome. I was thinking maybe they would, being so close to headers, that maybe maybe there'd be issues, but they've been holding up solid for like, I want to say 2 years now at least, or like at least a year. And I'm not really, like, when I drive my car. I don't like drive it like an old man or anything. So, and it stiffened everything up, like the whole chassis, not to the point where it's rattling everything, but just the whole car feels solid and feels really good. So I would definitely recommend them. So it's not making like my interior or anything rattle. It just gives the car a more solid feel, which is good. Darren says, hey John, cold, windy, snowing night here in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Only a few hours from your home area. Loving all the great content and videos. Never miss one. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. I know it's cold up there, and then you guys got like a crazy lockdown going on up there. Like even worse than California, it sounds like. So that's no fun. John, rubber wheel for Ram door pillars. Yeah, so I mean we'll get to the vinyl on the door pillows. I already have a video for that, but we'll end up doing it again on this Ram too. But not right away. I got some other stuff. I want to put either the catback exhaust or the headers on the Ram before I mess with probably that vinyl and some other small things. Michoacano. So thanks for joining again. Like I said, send me that email. We'll get you hooked up. LR, Kansas, no inspections, but we do pay annual property taxes. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everywhere that you have to pay property taxes, but that's cool. You don't have to have any inspections either there. Bruce, will you be shortening the harness on the RT? Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to have to modify it in some areas for sure. But like I said, first thing first is just getting the thing, sorted out and not just slap it together, but I want to get it running at least so I can move it around. And like I was mentioning before, if there's things that I can do to the truck, without having to lift it up, which is probably going to be wiring, like I can go in the cab and, do wiring and stuff. I'm going to focus on us relocating at the same time. So as long as I can jump in the truck, hit the start button and the thing fires up and stuff, I'm going to switch my focus to our relocation like I was telling you guys. And then, in the spare time, I'll keep chipping away at, small things that we need to do to the Dakota. But first things first, get it so that we can just jump in there, hit the start button, and the thing fires right up. And then once I get to that point, then I'm really going to focus on, I have to pack up all this stuff and all that so we can relocate. But lots of stuff, you guys. I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a fun year for us. Zachary, I'd stay away from Orlando mainly because of the traffic, but then again, I'm in Panama City, Florida. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about traffic because I've grown up in Toronto, or lived down here near LA, so anywhere I go is going to be better traffic than those two places, but I just want to be, close to the action and, the events and all the different things that are going to happen, but far enough away that we can have some space to be able to work on our projects too. VG, any advice on a lifted Ram 1500 having drivetrain vibration? One-piece shaft. Usually the front half shafts, they vibrate, so they wear out. And depending on what lift kit you go with, if it doesn't fix the angle of the front drive shafts or half shafts, you'll get vibration on the front. The other thing too is if you go with like a 6-inch lift or whatever lift kit you might have on that Ram, a lot of guys will max out their Bilsteins and it'll put the front CVs like at a really bad angle. Like you'll see the CVs, it'll be like this and it's on like a crazy angle and you'll get vibration like that. So just keep that in mind. So if you got like Bilstein front shocks on it and you've cranked them up, that's probably going to be your issue for vibration. Isaiah, when you think of Hellcoda, what kind of animal you think of? You need to come up with an animal symbol for the Hellcoda. Elephant, Hellcat, Viper. I know, right? I don't know. What the heck would it be? Well, what is... I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. Maybe you guys can help me out with that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you guys know of something. Big fella T. Someone stole my 95 Dodge Ram 2500 with the 5.9 not even a week after I tuned it with HP tuners. Damn, that's no fun. Sorry to hear. Hopefully you find it. Or, yeah. Or hopefully you get compensated adequately so you can get something else again. Texas Tool Man. That sucks. I know, I agree. John J says, John, that is our given name. Filled with honor, praise, and fame. I know, right? Michael, $650 a year for tags on the Ram 1500 Hawaii by weight. Chiha. I know. I think I have a renewal somewhere over here. They're crazy here, too. Do I have one here? I don't know. I remember seeing one not too long ago. But some of the vehicles are, several hundreds of dollars. So Hawaii is probably pretty similar to California and how expensive they are. Boosted 4x4 Ram. Bro, do a 410 single cab 4x4 and bring it down to Mr. Shane Roop for a turbo build. Highly recommend running a PT 7675 on my 2015 Sport 4x4 single cab. Yeah, that thing will move. That would be cool too. Yeah, like I said, we'll focus on one project at a time and we'll see where things take us and we'll just go with the flow, right? I mean, right now we got so many of these vehicles on board right now, but I couldn't even try to decide which one to get rid of. They're all so unique and rare. I don't know which one I would want to sell. Christopher says, tell Flying Ryan he needs to restock on board throttle bodies. I know, he got a few in like 3 days ago, and then he told everybody to grab one if you want one, and they sold out real quick. Zachary says, can you recommend a pair of Shorty headers for Fortune? I have a ticking sound that I narrowed down to my manifold bolts. As far as recommends, I mean, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to be installing the Hooker Blackheart ones, and they're going to be an easy replacement and something that's going to fix the issue. So I'll have that video for you guys soon. I also, in the past, tried the JBAs, but those are a pain to install. If you're just looking to fix the problem, make a bit of power, and something that's going to be easy to install, probably the Hooker ones are going to go with, because they're still like a log style. They're going to make more power over stock. And you don't have to, like, you can just put the bolts in like normal. Whereas if you go with a set of Shorties, they're going to have all those crazy bends and stuff in it. And they're harder to get in there, first off. Some guys have clearance issues. And then trying to get bolts in them, it's like you got to be in there with a wrench, like doing tiny little turns. They're a huge pain in the butt to install. So I don't know. If you want, like I said, you could check out my older videos where I install those JBA Shorties, but I'm also going to be installing the Hooker Blackhearts, which I think are probably a better option for something that you daily and just want to get rid of the snapping bolt issue and make a bit more jam. What email do I send the info to? You should see it when you join as a member. You should see it, or send me a DM or whatnot, or Facebook, however you want to get a hold of me. There's lots of ways to get a hold of me. Christopher, are you going to do any more vlogs behind the scenes stuff for Live in the Garage or Harbor Freight Tools reviews? Miss those videos. Yeah, we could. It's just sometimes it gets a little bit intense trying to film and try to engage with you guys on the lives. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I just have a lot on my plate right now, and it's so intense. Like, I don't know, intense the word, but it's just a lot of, I guess, labor intense is what I wanted to say. Like, the amount of work and hours wrenching on some of this stuff is getting pretty intense. It's getting to be a lot. So, yes, sometimes it's a little bit harder for me to, do both, do live and still wrench and still think about what I'm doing, and then also, try to film for the regular videos. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll try to get back into them once we get back into like some normal stuff where it's not so intense, where I'm having to work on stuff and really focus on things. Like the Dakota is really labor intensive right now, so for me to try to juggle doing a live and film and know what I'm doing or focus on what I'm doing, it's just kind of a lot. But once we get back to like the regular mods and just small stuff and whatever, then yeah, I'll definitely go to some of the lives in the shop. Joshua, hey, you wanted a new grill for your Ram? I have one if you like. Yeah, so we just got our grill back from paint, so we're all set. We're all set, and I'll show you guys that video in a day or so. John says, call the Dakota Dak Cat. I think we're sticking with Hellcoda on the name. John says, other John J says, Hell Koala, kind of lame. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna call it a koala, but that is pretty unique. White No Color RT, what's up, Boosted? You need to get the Hellcoda finished so you can get the Hellcoda out of Cali. Yeah, I know. That's the plan, you guys. So like I said, we're gonna be wrenching on it this weekend again. I really wanted to get the Ram kind of sorted out, and I just got the front end parts for the Ram today. So had a late day, but yeah, at least the Ram should look good tomorrow. Michael, hold on to the Viper and the SRT10. Only appreciates every year in money. I know, right? Definitely, I agree with you. I'm not that creative. Says, I love the SRT10. Got to keep that one. Yeah, no, that one's not going anywhere either. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't get rid of the SRT10. I wouldn't get rid of the Viper. The Hellcoda is one of a kind. Like, those three I pretty much have to keep. So, it's just hard to keep up with. Enrique's always dropping in the live chats. There he is. Enrique, thank you for the $20. Enrique says, hey John, glad to see the channel growing. You have given inspiration to Dakota owners such as myself. Keep doing what you do. We all appreciate your hard work and patience with the Hellcoda Street Beast. And he's got the RT and the Hellcat badge for being a member. Thank you, sir. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. Like I said, with my channel, you guys probably know by now, like, I try to be helpful as possible and just share my experiences with stuff, right? So, whereas a lot of people seem to get mad at us for, you know, showing people stuff and whatnot. So, yeah, no, I appreciate it. That's what this channel is here to do. It's not to show off or anything. It's more to, you know, share my builds and hopefully, you know, you guys get some ideas and you guys can mod stuff or fix stuff and all that kind of stuff. So that's what the channel is for. So hopefully you guys feel the same way. But appreciate it, sir. Where are we in the comments? VG says, how much are the headers hook? Are they long tube? No, so the ones I have are just shorties. So I don't really want to go too crazy with the RAM, honestly. Like, it's just my daily. I'm not trying to like go fast. Not trying to just, you know, not trying to, you know, make it too unreliable or anything like that. So I'm just going to replace the shorty headers. They bolt up to the factory Y-pipe with the stock cats and all that stuff, which is perfectly fine for what I'm doing. But yeah, that's how that one goes. But yeah, I mean, you guys could do the long tubes. Just depends where you're at and what your goals are. Christopher says, oh, I hear ya. I don't know how you keep up by yourself with work, editing, ordering parts, installing, retrofitting. I don't know how you get any sleep. I know it's definitely a lot of work, but it doesn't feel like work because it's fun and I enjoy it. So, but yeah, I'm definitely super busy, but it's all right. I'm enjoying the process. Joshua says, okay, I was offering the grill because it's sitting around in my garage, so I was seeing if you could use the parts off instead of plastic molding yours. Yeah, I mean, if you have that top piece, I don't know if you're local or whatnot, but let me know. Yeah, I need like that top thing more than anything. The one that has the 4 brackets on it. But let me know if you're local. Christopher, hey John, how well does plastic welding work? My dashboard has chunks falling in, never seen it. It's 100% rust free and dash is trash. I mean, I was a complete noob with the plastic welding and I find it works really well, honestly. So I've been plastic welding everything and it's fun. It's fun to do, and I didn't think that you could recreate stuff out of plastic, but yeah, I would say go for it. But I mean, if the plastic is brittle, I don't know if like you're gonna try welding that and then it might break somewhere else, but might be worth a shot. And the plastic welders are only like $20. David, on the difficulty meter, how hard to do the shorty header swap on the Hemi 1500? I saw your video on the subject, but I don't know if I want to do the job myself. Thanks. It has 187. Yeah, so David, if you're, like I said, if you're trying to do like the shorty headers that, you know, doesn't matter which brand you go, but they do all the crazy. Oh, 1 second. I gotta go save my food, but I'll finish what I'm saying, and then I just gotta run to the oven for a second just to take my dinner out. But yeah, if you have the shorty headers and the ones that, like I said, doesn't matter what the brand, but the tube goes all over the place. It's not that it's difficult, it's just a pain in the butt because you gotta get in there with the bolts and you literally get like not even a quarter of a turn, like tiny little turns, and you gotta like cut wrenches and modify wrenches just to be able to get in there to get your tiny little turns. Like it's really frustrating more than anything. So like I said, it's not hard, it's just really time consuming. But if you want, there's other options. Like I was mentioning, the hooker ones that I'm going to use, they just bolt straight on, straight from the front. You can get to all your bolts, no problem. And it fixes the issue of the bolt snapping. Christopher says, and is the plastic welder off Amazon? I never saw a link. Yeah, let me grab it for you guys if you want. For the plastic welder that I bought. Yeah, this is the one I got that had really good reviews. So let me put the link here for you guys. Alright, so I linked the plastic welder for you guys in the comments if you guys are interested. IR Spock. Was the clutch fan conversion to electric cooling fan worth it? Got a 4.7 Dakota thinking about making a switch. If you have a 4.7 Dakota, it should have an electric cooling fan on it. I think the 4.7 has both. It should have an electric fan and a mechanical fan. John, I'm about to pull the motor on my 2000 Dakota. Unfortunately, putting a 4.7 back in, but I'm inspired to do a Hemi swap. So looking for another Dakota. Nice, that'd be fun. I say do it. Joshua says, I'll hit you up on Facebook on your boosted page. I'm not local, but I live in North Dakota. Oh, yeah, it might be a little far for shipping and stuff. Sometimes shipping isn't worth it, unfortunately, but we'll see. John, with the new headers for the Ram, you going to use those locking tabs again? I remember they were sending sound and confusing knock sensors. Yeah, I'm not going to use those, unfortunately. So the hooker headers come with stainless bolts, so I'm going to use the hardware that they supply with it. It should be good to go. Mike says, don't forget your dinner. I know, I got to run to my dinner for a second. Chrysler says, thank you. I'll be here Monday. Figure worth a shot to try and save it. Okay, yeah. Oh, you already ordered the plastic. Okay, yeah, I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. So you already ordered the plastic welder. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Let me know how it goes. Michael, your food's burning. Yeah, get your food. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go check on it. I'll be right back. All right, we're still good. We're still good. The food didn't burn. The food didn't burn. So I put another 15 minutes on it, so we'll go check on it. Check on it. Christopher says, save your food, full send. That's funny. So, let me know what other stuff you guys want to talk about in today's video, and we can discuss some other stuff. So, I'm hoping I got a few things to get done. So, probably if all goes as planned, I'm probably gonna try to buy and get the radiator, the condenser. I'll try to get all that stuff this week. I was trying to sell some old parts and stuff that I have, just spare stuff that I have kicking around, here. So I have a lot of stuff I got to get rid of as far as spare parts and just whatnot. So trying to liquidate some of that stuff and using the money from that stuff to go towards purchasing more things that we need for the Dakota. So I was trying to do that. I just dropped $600 going and picking up all the stuff for the Ram. So check it out. So this is the guy that painted all the stuff. AR Auto Body. So huge shout out to those guys. Alex over there, he hooked it up. So he fixed my Ram hood. He got rid of all the dents and stuff. Straightened it, did all that stuff. Painted the hood, and he painted our grill and painted our bumper. He did it all for $600. So everything looks legit, you guys. So huge shout out for those guys. And then, you guys will probably see it another day or so. The Ram is going to look sweet. Michoacano says, what are your thoughts on the Magnum 5.9 engine? Ooh. I have a bittersweet, experience with the Ram, the 5.9 engine. Or I shouldn't say the Ram, but the Magnum 5.9. So, obviously you guys know I ended up, doing all the stuff that we did with the 5.9, but I wasn't really a fan of how much money you can sink into a 5.9 Magnum, that is, and still have it go slow. That's the only thing I wasn't really a huge fan on. So, like, if you did the same amount of mods on a 5.9 Magnum that you could do to pretty much whether you did that same stuff to a Hemi or you did that to an LS or you did that to, you know, those kind of motors, you would make so much more horsepower. So I think that's why, and I think it's cool that like Holly offers that Hooker Black Cart hit kit so you can Hemi swap it. If you guys are starting off from scratch and you're trying to decide should you swap it with a Hemi or should you build it with a Magnum, unless you're trying to like keep some sort of like, you know, original engine in it, I would say just ditch the Magnum and go with the Hemi. It's a newer engine, it's more reliable, you can make more power. There's more aftermarket options out there for, you know, pretty much everything. So that would be my opinion. I know those guys are, you know, doing some 5.9 stuff. And shout out to Racing Ram Fan over there. They're those guys are pretty cool too. So I would go check out them. He's got a twin turbo on his Ram 5.9, which is pretty cool. So they're doing a whole build on that. But yeah, just even if you boost the crap out of it, like it's still not going to make a ton of power. It's just not the most efficient engine. And I think it's mostly to do with the exhaust ports and the design of the head. So like I said, if you did heads, cam, intake on a Hemi or a LS, you'd be making some jam. But if you do all that stuff to a Magnum, you're going to be down like 100 horse compared to everybody else. It's just not the best design. So that's my opinion. That's why, like, I could have, you guys already saw we were building up to 5.9. I could have, you know, I could have built up an engine and done all that and probably spent an easy 10 grand on just an engine build. And then we could have spent, you know, another, well, I mean, we had the Procharger kit, but it's not the best boost kit. But, you know, and then if we spent like another 5 grand on a twin turbo kit, we might be making like 600 horse, maybe 700, but we're already making that right out of the gate with the Hellcat swap. So, yeah, in the long run, I think it's cheaper to just do what we did, but my personal opinion, of course, but we'll see. VG, what do you recommend for spray paint to remove chrome delete? Really depends what you're painting, honestly. Like you saw on today's video, I plasti dipped a bunch of stuff, but spray paint, I mean, there's lots of good brands out there, but it'd be hard to get a nice, good finish with spray paint to do that with. Texan Erection says I'm back, cuties. What the heck? Michael, should I do the Fumoto oil drain plug for Ram or risky for leaking? I mean, for the 2 seconds that it takes to crack like the 13 mil bolt or whatever it is that holds the drain on, I'd much rather just have a drain bolt. Again, personal opinion, I know it's nice to just, you know, flick a little lever or lever or whatever and drain your oil, but I would say just, you know, it takes 2 seconds to undo the bolt and it's a safer bet. Christopher, anything to sell for 99 Durango? I'll have to check, see what we have. I'm trying to think. What do I have? I have a intake. I have the K&N intake. I'm just trying to think what else. We don't have much, honestly. Oh, I don't know if you guys are interested, but like I have the whole dash. I've got the original leather steering wheel from the Sport with all the buttons and the cruise control with the airbag. We have all that because like anything that you guys saw me take out, like if I don't sell the dash and all that stuff before the little fluff flying if I don't sell the dash and all that stuff before the time it's time to move, like I'm probably just gonna chuck the dash in the garbage because I don't, and like the heater box and all that stuff, I'm gonna end up tossing it. So if you guys need like a heater core or like, I don't know, let me know because I gotta, everything that you guys saw I took out, like whether it's the engine and stuff is all sold, all the transmissions, those are all gone, but all the other stuff, and outside of that I have the K&N intake for the 5.9 Dakota, and I think it'll fit the 5.2. So I have a K&N intake for a Dakota or a Durango if somebody wants that or needs that. I don't have I don't have any extra M1s. What else? Preston, my 3-year-old says you should name the Dakota the Hellcoda Blue Eye. That's kind of clever too. That would be cool. That's a pretty good name, Hellcoda Blue Eye. Because even if you put the badge on the side, it would have a blue eye. That's pretty clever. Tell your son I said he came up with a good name. He did come up with a good name. I can't lie. Leadfoot. What's your goal on your ET on the Hellcoda? Ooh. For a goal, like, I mean, I think if we can, like, once we figure out the traction issues, you gotta remember having the long tube headers on that, having an intake on it, and having a tune on it, it's gonna be making more than 707 horsepower that's rated from the factory. So, having said that, you know, a bone stock Hellcat that weighs, you know, at least another I don't know, it weighs at least another 700 to 800 pounds than our Dakota does, like a Charger or a Challenger. So we're going to be lighter and more power than a stock Hellcat car. So assuming that we can hook up, we should be in the tens. You know, like I said, assuming traction is not an issue, we should be in the tens just off the get-go. And then once we get everything sorted out and everything's working and all that, then we can start turning up the power, you know, adding a smaller pulley, making more boosts, probably go Demon injectors, probably E85 or whatever we choose for fuel. And, you know, we can throw more timing at it and all that stuff. So then we'll start getting serious. But I think the truck should be a 10-second truck. And then breaking into the nines with, you know, more performance modifications to the engine. But, yeah, I mean, it's not out of the question. And then we'll just see where everything goes from there, honestly. So it'll be fun, though. It's going to be a fun one, boys. But we'll, like I said, we'll take this thing one step at a time because it is definitely a big project. But she's on her way. Leadfoot. Oh, yeah, we answered that one. Osmar, how did you come up with the idea of the Hellcoda? Honestly, I don't know how it happened, but I was browsing around and I saw that Holly offered a complete swap kit for the Dakota. And when I saw that, like, that you could put any Hemi, and then they specifically said that you could fit the Hellcat engine in there, something just clicked, and I just figured, you know, we were trying to make our Dakota go fast, and that was going to be the perfect way to do it. So, I mean, we could have done like a 5.7 swap or, you know, 6.2 or 6.1, but I figured if we're going to do it, might as well just go all out. And so, yeah, I was originally just going to do, you know, the engine and the transmission, and then we would just leave our stock dash and, you know, do some gauges or something. But then the more I thought about it, you needed all the modules for it to run. And then one thing led to another. And then I was going to try and fit the dash in there, and the dash actually fit. And then, you know, everything, you guys saw it, everything just started working. So, yeah, originally I just wanted to put the engine in there and all that stuff. And then one thing led to another. And now the whole truck is essentially going to be like a Charger. So, it's going to be pretty cool, you guys. Definitely going to be one of a kind. VG, do you have a video on the heated seat issue that is common on the Ram? No, I do not have a video on that, unfortunately. Michael says, did you ride a pro dirt bike in the past? Yeah, I used to race motocross and snowcross professionally, so I don't know if you guys can see behind me. You probably can see. That's like, I don't know, we did like, I got a collage on that of me racing snowcross in the past, so that's what all that is. But yeah, I used to race professionally. I went to, a lot of people don't know that because I don't really talk about it too much or brag about it, but I competed in Winter X Games 2008. If you guys search my name, you'll actually see, you know, my name pop up for competing in X Games in 2008. So yeah, I did that, and then just kind of left the sport like on a high note. I know some guys kind of like to, you know, stay in sports and kind of burn out and whatnot, but I finished third in my pro season at I think third and second overall in my pro season at the end of the year, and I thought that was a good way to, you know, exit the sport. So I did that, and yeah, moved on, you know, went to school, and then here we are today. So yeah, I didn't really want to like be like old and banged up and, you know, aching. Like all my wrists and stuff still crack and stuff from racing. So Just didn't want to like ton of injuries and be breaking bones all the time. And yeah, that used to be my past life, and I'm just wanted to start a new chapter, I guess. Angel, would you ever build a RT Ram? If not, you should. That would be sick. Yeah, so I think I was saying that if this channel really blew up, I would build a single cab 4th gen. But right now we got so much on the go. But yeah, it's not out of the question if this channel takes off like crazy. Anthony, how much for the K and N intake and the leather steering wheel? I don't know. Send me a message somewhere, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, or email me. We'll try to work something out there. Demantis, would you think HP tuners would be sufficient to turbo build a Viper? Is your row on a 2-bar map? Yeah, so I mean, you could definitely do it. And yeah, the row kit on the Viper is on a 2-bar map. It's running an SRT4 map sensor. The only downfall to all that is there's no knock sensors on the Viper. So it's the only thing that's kind of not that great about running the factory computer. Like the newer Ram stuff and Mopar stuff have knock sensors, but that, you know, that age or generation of Dodge didn't have knock sensors on it. So it's just a little bit of a shot in the dark is only issue. Whereas if you go with a, you know, some sort of different standalone, you could add a knock sensor, or you can add just a knock sensor setup, but just know that you're not going to have those functions with the stock PCM. Paul, where do you get those wheels? Which wheels are you referring to? Because we got like 5 cars on the channel and multiple sets of wheels for everything. Christopher, you may have to talk about the dash. I'll shoot you a picture of mine to show you how bad it is. Shipping might be a killer though to Missouri. Oh, okay. Christopher, are you talking about the dash that I have in the Dakota that I was talking about selling? Just so, I guess I said it in the last few lives, but I'll say it again here in case there's, you know, different ears or eyes on this one. Is the dash that I custom trimmed for the Dakota, just the dash pad. I'm considering selling that, and that would be like, you guys already know, I've already trimmed it to fit a Dakota or a Durango, so you guys would just have to build your own frame or get a frame from the junkyard. But yeah, considering selling that dash pad to maybe just buy one that doesn't have the popped airbag on the one side, so that I can just throw it in and just move on with the next thing, because I want it to look nice and everything, and I don't know if I have the time to drop it off to an upholstery place to get it fixed. I got a quote. I'm sure you guys could shop it more, but I got a quote over here for like $400. Some upholstery place would reupholster the whole thing, but I think it might be easier and faster for me to just spend a little bit more and just you know, get one that's already good to go. Let me save my food. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, so Christopher, hit me up about the dash. But yeah, it's the Charger dash that I have right now, it might be available. Landon, I'm thinking about supercharging my 2000 Dakota with the 4.7. Any ideas for a supercharger? I'm not too familiar with which options there are for the 4.7. I know there's some guys in the past that have had a bit of issues trying to find a supercharger for that specifically, but yeah, I'm not too sure offhand. Z-Boy, yo, what's up? What's up, Z-Boy? John, hey, Landon. I've looked into the same on my 4.7 Dakota, boosted technologies with only options. See, there you go. So there's not too many options for the 4.7, unfortunately, but you could always do something custom. Anthony, would that Pro Charger work on the 5.2 Magnum 99 Durango? Yeah, it would. The only thing is, like, Jason's going to be putting the Pro Charger on his, so I don't have a Pro Charger kit available. Landon says, hey John, the Supercharger he had on his RT is 5.9. Would that adapt to the 4.7? I don't know if you could adapt it. I would assume it's going to be different. I'm sure you could probably, like, anything's possible. I mean, the Supercharger is just a big pump, so as long as you can get the belt around it and get some tension on it, that's all that you really need to do. But the bracket's probably going to be completely different. Christopher says, yeah, for the pad, how much? I don't know, honestly. We could probably work something out. I just don't know how much that dash pad would be to ship. It'd probably be crazy, but honestly, I'd probably sell that dash for maybe a few $100 or something like that. It's already modified and trimmed to fit the Dakota. Z-Boy, what do you think would be a good supercharger for 2006 Chrysler 300C Hemi? I mean, the ProCharger kits are always good. It's always a safe bet. And some guys like Whipples, but it really depends what you're trying to do. I don't know. Personally, I think the ProCharger kit is probably, once you look past like all the belt slipping issues and having to tighten the belt, I think you make probably more power with the ProCharger. But from a stock standpoint, I think the Whipple is a little bit more simple and a little bit more daily driven friendly. Rob Roy says 4.7 and 5.9 do not mix. Yeah, so like I said, you can get any, like, ProCharger's head units, they're all generic. They just have different brackets for each application. So if you can make your own brackets, you could definitely get it to work. But yeah, as far as being plug and play, it probably wouldn't happen. Probably wouldn't happen. What else can we discuss, or what do you guys want to discuss for tonight's live? Let me see something here. Give me 1 second. Try to see if I can come up with some interesting stuff for you guys. Let's see. So I'll switch over to this for a second. I'll show you guys something. Let's see if this works. Does not work. Let's see if I can make this, change this here. There we go. All right, boom, we're in business. So, I guess I gotta move this. What the heck? I can't show you guys what I'm looking at. Man, hold on a second. I don't know why this is acting up. Anyways, I guess I'll just show it to you like this. So I was just looking at, oh, that's why. Hold on, I know why. There we go. Let's put this back. Whoa, bear with me, you guys. This is getting technical here. We getting technical. There we go. At least we can see everything. Okay. So I was just going to show you guys this. So this is probably what I'm going to look into for the move too. But it's weird. Like, you can get these trailers for pretty cheap in certain areas. Like, you can go to Tennessee and get one for like $5,000 brand new. But then other places, they're like insanely expensive. Like over here, they're like over $6,000 to get one of these trailers. But you can go to like Tennessee and get them for cheap. Let me see if I can change the search here. Let's see, we'll go cheapest. Unless they all went up in price. I was seeing them for like $4,500 or $5,000. 8.5 by 20. I don't know. Maybe they're going up in price. It's crazy. Oh, here we go. This is what I want to show you. About $5,300. Georgia. So you can go to Georgia and get a brand new trailer for $5,300. 8.5 feet wide by 24 feet long. So I wanted to get something like this. as you can probably see. So I was thinking about getting something like this. That way, oh, that's pretty cool. So it's a true 24-foot box plus an additional 2-foot V-nose. So it's actually kind of 26. So I used to have one of these, if you guys don't know. But I was thinking of getting this, towing it with the Ram, and then that way we could, wherever we relocate to, I could use this to move furniture and cars and all that stuff. We'd have to do a bunch of trips, so there's going to be a lot of content with you guys, you know, of us traveling across country. But I was thinking of getting a white one because wherever I go is probably going to be a hot climate. So if I end up leaving a car in it, I don't want it to be cooking in there. But yeah, unless anybody has one of these things that can help us out. But I was thinking of getting one of these, like, you know, $5,000, go get it, and then we'll have that for our move. But yeah, slightly off topic, but I just wanted to show you guys that. That's part of the cool thing with us doing the lives on here is I can actually share my screen with you guys. But yeah, I didn't see any in California. They were like super expensive. Let's see what you guys are saying over in the comments. Rob Roy. Oh, Christopher says, I sent you a message on Facebook on the boost page. All right. Yeah, I'll follow up with you on there. We can talk about the dash if you're interested. Rob Roy, you know about Audio John? Yes, somewhat. I wouldn't consider myself like an audiophile or whatever they call themselves. Those people that are like hardcore audio, but yeah, I can get by. Landon says, a funny coincidence is right before you started the Hellcoda build, I almost convinced my dad to do the exact same project for my Dakota. That would have been cool. Rob Roy, Racing Ram fam, good evening to you. Hey Rob, how's it going? Racing Ram fans in the house. John, audio. Just got done installing a China head unit in the truck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that's their first. One thing I will say is if you're going that route, the offshore head units, they usually don't have the best sound quality, in my experience. But usually stuff like that kind of doesn't have the best sound output. I'm not going to lie on that. Because I've done that before on my cars, and sound quality is not that good. You can do a lot of cool stuff with like Android and stuff and having like touchscreen and all that, but sound quality is usually no bueno. Racing Ram fam, nice boss audio on what? Oh, you guys are talking about the audio. First time I used one, that audio is quiet. Can't figure it out. Rob, you probably have to bypass your factory amp on your Dakota. I'm guessing you probably still have that factory amp in place, but you might have to bypass it. Yeah, audio is up all the way, but the sound is low. I found that to be the case with the other offshore head unit that I use, but I would double check to see if you have that factory amp bypass. Matt Glover, I've heard good things about Magnuson Supercharger for the Hemi motors. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the Magnuson, but like I said, either that or ProCharger or even Vortex is pretty legit. Leo, thanks for the $4.99. How can I find the tires with the white letters? Tell me how to find them. All right, let's show you. It's not that you find tires for like have the white letters, but you actually put them on. Racing Ram fan says, I'll show you in just a second, but I just want to address this. Sorry, we're having a combo. No, go for it. If you guys, you guys have your own little conversations in the chat, like by all means. I'm just trying to get to everybody's questions. So sometimes I just kind of, I'll see you guys talking amongst each other, and I just gotta, know that that's what it is, and then I just skip past it or whatever. But go for it, man. Talk away. Let me show Leo where to find what he's looking for. All right, so if we go back to our thing here, so you're gonna go to tirestickers.com. I believe that's what they call. Yeah, I think this is it. Oh, this isn't it. What is this? Oh, here you go. Yeah, so see here. This one, no, hold on. Tire stickers. Let me just Google it because I know there's a. I'm pretty sure it's called tire stickers. Oh, it is tire stickers. Here you go. So this is where you get it. So you go to like here, and you can pick up whatever you want. You can literally like you can get Dodge, whatever you want, Toyo, and you click on it, and then you tell them what size tires that you have. So pick in steel, temporary, or if you want permanent, and you just pick it. Choose what color you want, what size you want, and then you put your quantity and you put your tire size. Like you just put everything in here, and then they make it for the size, and then you can, do like that. So you don't buy specific tires for it; you buy the stickers. So hopefully that answers your question. Rob Roy says, oh, I think I skipped somebody, so hold on a second. Dustin says, when borders open up, come up to Canada to pick a trailer up. The dollar is definitely in your favor. Yeah, but then I have to deal with like importing and exporting. It's not worth the headache, honestly. Plus paying the fuel to drag it all the way from there to here. I'll probably, like, most of the trailers are made in the south, whether it's Georgia or Tennessee. That's where a lot of the big trailer manufacturers are. So I might have to go all the way there to get one for a good price, but I'm going to try to find one a little closer, but we'll see what happens. Landon says, I'm thinking of putting a 6.4 Hemi in the Dakota. I say do it. Jet, is my 2011 Sport with the 5-speed even worth building? Heard the trans isn't the best. I mean, it'll be fine for just, doing what you're probably going to end up doing with it. But, I mean, it's just the 8-speed transmission is usually faster. But, I mean, just think about, like, some of those guys that do, like, serious drag racing. I'm not saying necessarily in trucks, but just, old school drag racers. They only have, like, sometimes a 3-speed or a 4-speed. So it's not so much the gears that always make the difference, but just from a factory standpoint, then you can have a little bit of an edge having the more gears. But I wouldn't let that stop you from building your truck. You can still make a fast truck if you got your transmission built. But yeah, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't let it stop you from having some fun for sure. But I mean, if you're gonna try to get like real serious and you're gonna go to the track every weekend, then yeah, get a built transmission. But if you're just wanting to spice your truck up and get more power, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I'd say still go for it. I had an 09 with the 5-speed in it too, and I mean, I had that thing. It had over like 120,000 miles, I want to say, and never had an issue with that transmission. So, so Rob Roy says I took out that amp. If I hook up a separate amp for the door speakers, would that increase the volume? I'm just using the head unit to power the door speakers. Yeah, so you might have to, like I said, some of those offshore head units, they don't have that good of sound output, so you might have to, put an amp on it and try to get your volume that way, or see how you're bypassing it. It might be that's the case, but I wouldn't be surprised if that offshore head unit isn't putting out the amount of power that you thought or you're thinking, because mine did the same thing. Landon says, where are you relocating to? Northwest Arkansas is a great place to look. Great people, views, and amazing driving roads. It's pretty much narrowed down to either Texas or Florida at this point, but we shall see. We shall see. Leo gave $4.99 again, but he says, is it hard to install? Thank you so much. You have a new follower from Mexico. Your channel has been so helpful for me. Appreciate it, man. I didn't have to personally install it, but it's not really. It's just the tire letters or stickers. They just come with glue, and you just glue them onto your tire. You obviously have to make sure your tires are clean, and then you just glue them on in the pattern. So it's not that hard. But yeah, appreciate the super chat and the support on the channel. Preston says, thanks for the compliment to my boy on the Hellcoda name. What kind of performance, miles per gallon gains Did you see with the active grill shutter and electric fan swap on your 14? I just did my 15, but haven't driven it yet. So the delete of the active grill shutters is going to, technically hurt your miles per gallon. So you might lose half a mile per gallon there, but you'll pretty much make it back with the mechanical fan delete. So you'll probably gain, like, I want to say half a mile per gallon and maybe even a mile per gallon on the mechanical fan. But you're technically going to lose a little bit on the active grill shutters. So you should be up a tiny bit. I would say overall you might be up half a mile per gallon or so. But let me know what you end up seeing on your side once you get driving it. Engine informant. Not sure if you got the last message. Did you upgrade Viper fuel system? No. So I still have the stock pump and the stock lines on my Viper. We just have larger fuel injectors on there. So we have I can't remember the size. I want to say they're 40 pounders. I got Deca fuel injectors on there now. Jonathan, Jet 2011, a Ram fam worth building if you do clutch upgrades in the trans. From my experience, the pre-2013s are a little lighter. Jet says at 100,000 miles and feeling some slip with just over stock power. Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks for the reply. No worries. Rob Roy, thanks, John. You're moving to Texas? I don't know. We'll see. Might be Texas, might be Florida. We haven't fully decided yet. Christopher says, thanks for the info on everything, John. Appreciate everything. Have a good night. Don't forget about your dinner. Peace, brother. I know, right? I probably should go save that for a second. Let me actually completely pull it out of the oven because I kind of just turned it off. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Landon, last winter, my front right fender flare flew off. Just replaced it today with some cardboard and duct tape. Damn, that's crazy. Yogi Beer instead of Bear. I love your channel, dude. I got a 2014 Ram 1500 Tradesman 5.7, and I think I'm getting that Hemi tick. If it's the cam, any suggestions? First place for the tick would definitely be, and if Racing Ram fans in here, he's a Mopar tech, he can definitely agree. It's probably going to be exhaust manifold leak. Usually the rear two bolts on each cylinder, or each head, I should say, passenger and driver, they usually fail, and then you'll get a tick. So I would look there first before you get too stressed out. Pyro says, odd question. Do you think it would be feasible to 2015 Hellcat Hemi swap 2000 Durango with using the Hemi harness and AC lines, etc.? That's pretty much what I'm doing. So, I mean, yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, the Dakota and Durango platform are pretty much identical. So, yeah, it's pretty much if you followed my videos, you could pretty much do it. But it's just a lot of work for sure. But yeah, it's definitely, I mean, anything is possible, and I'm kind of proving that it's doable. But yeah, I mean, it's possible. Engine informant, probably 60 pound, and that is probably why you're not moved by performance. Right injectors, but not enough pump. You need the Walbro 400 liter per hour, or you can't really get more than 560-ish horsepower. No, I don't agree, because right now we're running rich, so fueling isn't an issue. What's kind of an issue is just the fact that setup, the Rogue kit, isn't. It's not an intercooled setup, which is kind of a bummer. So, and the thing is, we're only running 5 pounds. We're not really going crazy with the boost, and we're running on cast pistons, and we have no NOx sensors. So it's kind of a shot in the dark. We're spraying methanol on kind of, garbage 91 out here in California. So we're not trying to grenade the thing at the same time. I was debating switching over to E85, you know, doing a different pump and turning things up. But I mean, we just got so much on the go that I kind of just haven't really messed with it. Right now, the car runs and it does decent, but I really want to. I'd like to go an intercooled setup on that thing. So whether that's a different supercharger kit or we actually twin turbo the car at some point in time, I think that would be a better move for us. But right now, like I said, we got so much on the go that the fact that it's supercharged, it works, and it's running safe, I'm cool with that. But yeah, fueling's not an issue. It's just we're not throwing a ton of timing in it because we, you know, we're running on pump and because it's not intercooled. So, like I said, we're spraying the meth to suffice with it, but yeah, we're actually running rich up top. Like sometimes it'll, you know, we're in a 11-to-1 ratio, but sometimes it'll even dip into the 10s if we want it to. So we had to pull a lot of fuel. So not an issue with our fueling, but yeah, it's more a fuel type issue, like fuel quality issue, and then like I said, low boost, running 5 pounds, and it's a non-intercooled setup. So kind of just all those things combined is why it's not like crazy fast or making a ton of power. So yeah, I would like to build the engine and, you know, make some serious jam in that maybe one day, but right now it's not on the table with everything we got going on. Dylan says, hey bro, I love your Dodge Dakota Hellcat, love the color. Thanks, Dylan. Yeah, I mean, the color is pretty much what kept me interested in that truck. I mean, I really like that blue color, I'm not going to lie. But I appreciate it, man. I can't wait to get it running either. Pyro, are you planning to use the 8-speed auto or paddle shift manual? Both. So, I don't know what you mean by paddle shift manual, though. But anyways, the truck's going to have the 8-speed auto in it. It's going to have the shifter, the console shifter, which obviously you can put in gear, or you can, you know, it's got the Tiptronic thing where you can, you know, click the gears. It's also going to have the paddle shifters where we can click the gears there. So it'll be pretty cool. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. We're gonna have all that stuff. Rob Roy, yeah, on your dash, steering wheel, airbag holes, are you going to do a repair or what? Well, that's what we're talking about. So I'm probably going. I have two options. Either I get my dash reupholstered, or I just go out and get one that doesn't have the airbag popped and trim it the same way. So I've offered up my dash for sale. If anybody, you know, wants the dash that's already trimmed, ready to go, they would just have to reupholster the airbag part. And I think Christopher was interested in it. It sounds like, so we'll see. Because if I can just, you know, if I can reclaim, you know, some money from that dash and I can put it towards going and getting a dash that doesn't have an exploded airbag, it's just be less headache for me, and I can just put the dash in and I can be done with it. So we'll see. Landon says, next up on Boosted Motorsports, for this project, we are making a rear engine Dakota. I know, right? Who knows? It's kind of cool. Like, honestly, I'm learning along with you guys. Like, I've always built things and modified things and whatever, but I mean, I've never had to really do this much fab work. So we'll see what this whole thing turns into. I mean, the more I'm having fun doing all this fabrication stuff, so I mean, after this, like, we can kind of build almost anything. We'll just keep working our way up into crazier projects. Rob Roy says he's using the 8-speed. You are correct. Will Maddock, what's up? 2A, man, been following you for a long time. Love both channels. Love your attention to detail. You have some great content coming. Keep up the awesome work, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got a few channels for sure, but lots of stuff on the go. Dylan, I have a 97 Dakota. I'm thinking of the Hellcat. How long do you think it would take? Well, if you watch the videos, you probably see I'm having to do a lot more, you know, figuring out of stuff. If you follow the videos, you could do it step by step and try to, you know, copy what I did. But I'm lost on how many hours we have on this thing, you guys. It's like a ton of work, but at the same time, I'm kind of having to figure a lot of things out. Whereas if somebody watched the videos and just copied them, it would probably be a lot faster because you could be like, oh, okay, I just cut here, or oh, I just do this, and that'll work. But I had to, you know, wrap my head around that stuff, and along with some friends, had to try to figure it out, right? So, Rob Roy, Gotcha. Sorry for making you repeat. No, you're good. You're good. Will Maddock, I'm glad you have the PCM for the Hellcoda. Can't wait. Yeah, so I mean, we got the unlocked PCM, so we'll be all good. Engine informant, gotcha. Building a Paxton remix. Hopefully done this month. Should be 710-ish on a 99 Forge. I know I got screwed over with the 2000 engine. I got the cast piston. So yeah. And then he says Roe tells me 60-pound Deca 400 liter per hour pump, 3.5-inch pulley, a large what's that, CAC intercooler. Thanks, brother. Yeah, I mean that'd be a good number. 710. I kind of want to get a Paxton because then it at least has the intercooled setup. But if I can't find a Paxton available, then I probably end up gonna go twins on this thing at some point. I think would be cool. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I would really like to just yank the engine. If I go to a state where it's like a free for all as far as just being able to do whatever you want to your vehicles, I think it would be cool to put a Gen 5 engine in my Gen 2 and twin turbo that and be making the crazy power that some of these new Gen 5s are making. But I mean, just a bit of a pipe dream, but I think that would be so badass to do. Landon says, is your RT I can't even talk. Rear wheel drive or all wheel drive? Definitely rear wheel drive. And Rob is correct. Troubadour, the Dakota Beast is a sick product. Keep it up. Thank you, sir. Landon, my blue Dakota is the 4x4, which might make putting a 6.4 in a little more difficult. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you can always just convert it to rear wheel drive. Just don't put the front wheel or the front diff and all that stuff back in it. Will Maddock, do you have any future projects in mind when you move and settle down? I don't know. I can't decide what might be the next project. Like I said, I do want to. It would be cool to twin turbo the Viper at some point, but we'll see what we get into. Honestly, I mean, there's a lot of options for sure. I'm just not sure. Not sure what we might end up getting into after this. Sky's the limit, really. Yogi Bear. Are all the short bed Ram Hemis squirrely in the rear when punching it? Mine has scared the crap out of me on the highway a couple times. No. Honestly, if you have some good meat on it and you got a good alignment and it's set up good, it should go pretty straight, to be honest. Rob Roy. Gen 5 Viper would be nice in a Gen 2. I know. I should have bought. I don't know if you guys know, but the Gen 5 Vipers had a lot of issues with the engines. They had like a huge recall issue going on with their engines. It's kind of a quality control thing where a bunch of engines, I guess something happened where they were assembling the engines and there was sand left in the casting from the blocks, and so it was pretty much just sand running through all these brand new engines and destroying them. So the dealer was replacing a lot of these engines under warranty, and I saw an engine pop up locally here around LA, and it was one of those recalled engines, but it was like it was a long block, but obviously it had to be rebuilt. But it was like, I want to say like a couple grand or something silly. I should have bought it, but I was like, what the heck am I gonna do with this thing? But if I could get my hands on one of those, that would be cool. Just freshen it up and then toss it in the Viper, put a standalone computer on it, and you're making 650 horsepower off the get-go, and then slap a supercharger or some twins on it, and that thing would be flying. And you'd have a better motor. Like, the technology on the newer Gen 5 motor is much better than the Gen 2 motor, for obvious reasons. It's like 20 years newer, so. Let's see. Michael says, thanks for the trans and rear end service content for Ram. Appreciate it, bro. No problem, man. And I'm going to be servicing the rear differential soon, too. I have a billet diff cover that B&M sent us, so I want to put that on, but also be changing the fluid at the same time. It's just a lot of stuff. So right now, just so you guys know, on the Ram, I'm going to show you guys the whole front end. So the front end will finally be fixed this weekend, so I'll have that video for you guys. We got headers for the Ram, we've got a catback exhaust for the Ram, and I have the diff cover for the Ram, so lots of stuff coming for that thing. So we got a lot, boys, we got a lot. Landon, a great project would be putting a Viper V10 in a Dakota, then would then would have a Viper, Ram SRT10, and a Dakota SRT10. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the Hellcat engine is going to be a lot cooler in the Dakota because it's, I mean, it's going to make a ton of jam, and it's going to make more than a, you know, V10 Viper engine can. So it'll be pretty cool for sure. Any other questions, you guys? We've been running for like an hour and a half, so depending on where you guys are at, if there's any more questions, we might wrap it up, but let's see what you guys got. All right, guys. Oh, here we go. Michael has a question. Does a new rear end cover hold more gear oil, and is it better to have more fluid? Yeah, so it is a bigger cover for sure, and it also has supports and stands for the bearing cap, so it's actually going to be able to reinforce the diff a little bit better. Not that we're trying to race that thing necessarily, but it's going to just reinforce it. It's got like these 2 pads with adjustable bolts that'll, you know, it applies a little bit of pressure on the cap so that everything stays a little bit more true if you're really torquing on it. So, yeah, and I guess more fluid for towing would be better because there's no coolers on the rear diff, so more fluid would mean that you get better lubrication, I would think, and you know, less, you know, if you have more fluid in the back, then it probably get less burnt and all that stuff as well. So I think the bigger capacity would help. Troubadour, are you going to repaint the Dakota? Yeah, so at some point I do want to get the Dakota resprayed the same factory intense blue pearl, but I just got to figure out when that might be, and at the same time too, I got to figure out where I'll get that done, where I can really, you know, it almost sucks to say, but like I gotta be able to trust the place that I leave it at to get resprayed, because you guys already know the amount of hours and time and everything that's gone into that, plus the potential of the truck and, you know, just everything about it. Like, I just don't want something to happen to it, whether that's it going missing or somebody joyriding in it, and just all the worst things that could happen. So I'll try to see. I mean, I could always sit there and probably just put like 1,000 RPM rev limiter or like 1,500. And just send it in like that. But I just, you know, if that thing ever went missing, like, it would just be devastating for the channel. So, yeah, I do want to get it resprayed at some point. Like, it's probably after I move and we handle all that stuff. But yeah, at some point we're gonna respray it so it's nice and looks nice and fresh on the outside as well. Hank says, "Love the content. Have a great night." Thank you, sir. You too. Dylan, I got someone trying to sell me an 03 Dodge Durango RT with 140,000 miles for 2,700. Do you think it's a deal? It sounds pretty good. I say go for it. Mike says, "Go eat your dinner, bro. You deserve it. Keep up the great content." Thank you, sir. Jose said, "What's up, brother?" What's up, Jose? Troubadour, bet you could just re-clear it. No, there's quite a bit of scratches and stuff in the truck. I mean, there's some small, like, superficial dents too that I'd like to get straightened out. So, and it's not the original. It's been resprayed once before, so I'd like to get it, you know, sanded down properly and, you know, get a nice coat of paint on there for sure. But all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the live so that I can wake up in the morning and get some stuff done, because I got a big day tomorrow. I want to finish putting and assembling the Ram, the front end of the Ram together, and then getting a good solid day working on the Dakota as well. So lots of stuff on the way. You guys probably will see tomorrow the video of me going and getting all the Ram front ends. I've started filming that today, so I'll probably finish filming that in the morning and have that to you guys out for like the early afternoon. So thanks for tuning in, you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good night. Have a good weekend.